What's going on, my gals and my gays and my straight boys? It's your boy Coda Comedian, the Godfather. And to everyone that's new to the channel, hi, how are you? And I am back with another YouTube video for you guys. You guys, I had something completely different scheduled to drop, but unfortunately that video didn't go as planned. So instead of me giving you guys some good story time trade content, I decided to pick up where I left off on my last video. I just want to say thank you to everyone that watched that last video. You guys blew that video up. You blew that video out of the water. I can't believe you guys enjoy listening to my story that much. Maybe I should open up to you guys even more. Be sure to like, be sure to comment, be sure to subscribe to this channel. I'm not going to keep you guys too long with this intro because I noticed in my analytics that you guys tend to stop watching when I ramble on before I jump back into the video. So I'm not going to hold you guys. I'm not going to keep you guys too long. I'm going to ramble too much. I'm going to jump straight into this video because you guys came for the conclusion of this story time. Right now in present day, this story time is still kind of ongoing. It's kind of really on pause because I distance myself from my mother. I don't really talk to her as much. I protect my peace. It doesn't really matter. I protect my peace. Like I told you guys in the last video, peace is all we got. And before I jump into the video even further, if you guys found my channel for the first time and decided to watch this video first, I think you guys should watch my previous video because you guys are going to get all of the background knowledge that I included in that video, because I'm not going to say all of that here. You guys can go there. And if for the ones that watched the video and still kind of remember what happened, we're going to pick up where we left off. If you guys need a refresher, feel free to click on that last video. Now let's get into it. Like I said, you guys, I had to move out of that home because I had to move out, but then I got put out because overall my mental health there was not the way, and I've been wanting a way out for the longest time, but I just didn't know how to go about it. And I just couldn't up and move because what the hell was I going to move to? Like I told you guys in the last video, somebody that I want to stay with for like a day or two put a nigga up over her own family, so I couldn't go stay with her. And at that point in time, my mom really spoke badly on my grandmother. Yes, like I told you guys in the last video, yes, my grandmother put a knife out on me. We ended on bad terms as well. But in the midst of it all, she raised me. So I'm not going to go against the grain. I'm not going to go against her. You know, yeah, she did her dirt too, but I'm not going to let you put, seeds in my ear, and plant this story for me to turn on her. If I would have turned on my grandmother and you did me like dirt, who I would have looked at? Where was I going to go? So luckily to this day, I'm glad I never turned on my grandmother because I could have been living on the streets or whatever. Like, why go stay with somebody I just talked about with you? So push came to shove, I called my grandmother up thinking we still had bad blood because we kind of really didn't talk, but the love was always there. And it just so happened she had another room that was available for me to go there. And I packed up all my belongings, the little money I had left, and I just had to relocate. And I had to go back to a place where a lot of things went wrong at. I had to really face a lot of trauma all over again. It was like I had to relearn everything. So I had to go back to my hometown. You guys, I did not want to be there because it felt like I was going backwards. I wanted to go forward, but it felt like I was going backwards. I always told myself every day when I woke up down there, this is only a setback. Do not get comfortable because we got things to do. You guys, I wanted things to happen so quickly for me. Like I wanted things to just change. And it looked like no matter how hard I tried, it looked like time was going so slow. It felt like I would never get him out of that town. I was down there for about 4 months. And in those 4 months, you guys, I literally was at my lowest. I ran out of money. I couldn't pay my phone bill. At that point in time, the virus hadn't started to spread. People was being quarantined. It was nights I wasn't eating because there was nothing really much to eat. I didn't have no money. I didn't even have a job. And when I applied for a job, there was no jobs available. So I had to go work at Dollar Tree. So, a funny story. For the ones that's from the South and know about Dollar Tree, everything is for $1. I had to work there. You guys, I had to walk there for the job interview. It was in the heat of the day. I felt like I had to do anything just to get by, just to make money. And the job itself, I hated it. I worked there probably 5 hours. And after my first shift, I never went back. I wanted to go the next day. It was raining. And the manager told me to walk in the rain. I really wanted the job. Bitch, I didn't want it that much. So, paid it. Didn't go back to work. And it was like, damn, like where am I gonna go from now? Like I really don't have nothing. This video is gonna get kind of ghetto because that's where I'm from. But this is just basically my story. If you're any 9-to-5 worker, you know when the new year comes in, we're thinking about their income tax. This is so ghetto. We're thinking about income tax. You know, if you're from the South, you're thinking about that income tax, that extra money. I had already asked my sister, you know, to get her child, things like that. I'm not gonna go deep into the tax process because you never know who's watching. But if you know, you know. We know how to file taxes. It was already set in stone. I had enslaved the previous year. I collected a good amount of money, so I knew the government was gonna give me back my ducats, was gonna give me my coins. But in the midst of me trying to file, my own mother did a lot of backhanded shit to me. She basically told my sister,
his ass ain't got that much money back. That motherfucker ain't gonna give you nothing.
Really was speaking ill will on how much money I was making, as if she knew how much money I was making. Really painted a narrative to my sister. He's not gonna get that, and you're gonna be looking like a fool, and he's gonna come up off of you. So basically, that scared my sister and gave her the assumption like, damn, you're gonna get all the benefits, and I'm not gonna get nothing. So my sister backed out on everything, all because of my mom. And that fucked me up, you guys, because that extra money, I had plans for that. Like, I wanted to get a car. I wanted to get out of that town. I wanted to start my life. And you guys, I felt so low because I'm like, I left this woman. I left all of that bad blood up there, and she still found her way to get down here and to still fuck with me. So it was like, I cannot get peace no matter how hard I try. No matter how far away I escape this woman. It's like she always doing something underhanded and behind my back. In the last video, not really everybody, but I know people are still saying, you know, maybe you should still try. Maybe you should. No. At this point in time, I can't try. I ain't protecting my peace because I keep letting this woman get close to me and she keep doing me so foul. Like, damn. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat like I didn't do things to her. The only thing I ever did to her was probably being disrespectful when she disrespected me. And I only ever brought one guy to her house. Maybe I shouldn't have done that, but other than that, that was it. I was giving her money. She was stealing from me. It was times I was asleep. She was stealing my credit card, going to take all my money off my card. I was doing so much for somebody who really didn't give a fuck or really didn't do for me. Yet in the end, you still was coming at me, still messing over me. Like I said, she was speaking ill will, basically counting my pockets, saying I wasn't going to get this. And that didn't work because when that man up there says yes, it's a testimony right here, you guys. When that man upstairs says yes, and whoever you believe in, it doesn't have to be God, whoever you believe. When that person says yes, no one else can say no, no one else can deny what's meant for you. Anything that she did was not set in stone. It's like everything she put in front of me, every obstacle, every hurdle she put in front of her, I jumped over it with flying colors. I didn't trip, I didn't stumble. Sometimes I stopped, but I jumped over it nonetheless. When she realized that didn't work, this is another fucked up thing she did. She went, I'm gonna tell you guys what happened, but I want you guys in the comments to tell me if this is signs of a miserable ass person. I'm in a whole new location trying to rebuild my peace back. You come to where I'm at. My room is my sanctuary. That's my place of peace. That's where I get all my thoughts together. You couldn't count my pockets the way you wanted to count my pockets, so you realized that didn't work. You came into my room and she's made up a rumor and said my cousin, my younger cousin, was fucking, excuse my language, was messing with another family member's old man. This man was way older than us. He was an older guy. She started spreading the rumor that my cousin was messing with this older man within the family that was talking to a family member. All because he didn't want to fix her car. And he fixed my little cousin's car. So she, I guess, got into her feelings and did that. But she knew me and my cousin that she was talking about is thick as thieves. So she knew, come and tell me that would incite some anger in me, because it's like, damn, like, why would you come from your place of peace to my place of peace and try to disturb my peace? And then when I told the girl what you said, you was like,
oh, I wanted you to do that in the first place. I told you that for you to go back and tell her.
So I'm looking at you with like, damn. Like, do you really have nothing else better to do? Do you have nothing to occupy your time? You're supposed to be a mother, but you don't act like it at all. You push all your problems to the side. And when someone comes at you with the issue, you cannot take accountability. You feel like you did everything right, or you feel like everything you did was justified. Instead of you just sitting there and be like,
I understand what happened, and I take accountability.
Don't give me no sob story, because you did all those things to me. Your life may not have been as good, but I never understand, if somebody's life has been shit, why would you make your kids' life shit? I'll never understand it. It'll never make sense to me. If my life has been just utter shit, why would I do the same thing to my own kids? Because that means the cycle just continues. You had a bad life, you give me a bad life. I could take that and give my child a bad life. My child could take and give his or her child a bad life. That generational curse continues. You have to be the one to break it. But you can't, but people in this day and age, especially in the black community, you can never go to your parents and tell them what happened because they think they're always getting attacked. They always want to give you their sob story and make it about them. When it's not about you. It's really about a collective. Like, let's just sit down and talk about it. But then again, I can't do that because I can't talk to somebody who always feels attacked, who always wants to be the victim. I'm not even trying to make myself a victim. I'm just telling you my story, and you always try to gaslight what I'm saying. If I tell you the sky is red, you see it's red, but you won't tell me it's blue. Then get mad at me because I spoke the obvious. Like, what the fuck is that? How the fuck that go? So yeah, you guys, to everyone in the comment section, you know, before I continue on with the story, because it goes, as much as it hurts me to sit here and continue to talk about this experience, I'm talking about it because I noticed a lot of you guys liked me talking about it. A lot of you guys had so much advice. A lot of you guys came to me and asked me what I do, or, you know, just to give you guys advice on my situation, what happened. You guys asking, have things got better in my situation? And I'm going to piggyback off of that until, you know, answering you guys' question that I always seen a lot. You guys still, after that video, was asking, has things gotten better between me and my mom? Honestly, no. I'm not in a place of when I see her, I want to attack her like I used to be. Because honestly, every time I seen her, how bad my mental health was and how I couldn't let go of the things she done to me, it was like, okay, if I see her in a public forum and if she come for me one time or make a snide comment, I'm going to jump on that ass. Now it's like, okay, she could say any snide remark, she could do anything under the table, be passive aggressive. Oh well, she's talking to herself, because I realized I'm in my own place of peace now. I have accepted what happened. It can't happen again. I'm my own person. I don't stay with you no more. But I know that she just loved to get that reaction out of me. She loved to make she loved to make my blood boil. A person loves to have that type of control over you. And once you stop giving them that power, you guys, once you stop giving a motherfucker that power and that control over you, it's like they don't know what to do. Like, when people lose control over you, it's like, what the fuck? Like, they'll do anything to get you back, to be able just to fuck with your mind. But when you just that strong enough to not let it happen no more, they cannot take it. They cannot take it. And that's what I'm letting you guys know. Anybody that comes to me with that advice, if you guys are going through a similar situation, and if you're young, if you're like 16, 15, 14, baby, just hold out, because right now you're young. Hopefully things will get better. Everyone says go to counseling. Counseling to me was like a last resort. I still haven't done counseling yet. I always was like, you know, sometimes we don't need to put other people in our business for you to be able to see the truth. But sometimes we need somebody that just don't know nothing about us to really just get in between us and hear both sides. You know what I'm saying? For the parents that just want to be the victim in every story, like you had an awful life and that's why you give your child an awful life, that does not matter. The child is innocent, so why would you do that to your child? Why do you want to see your child hurt so much? Why do you want to give your child so much trauma? And I see it happen all the time. Once kids get out the home, they stay away. Because why would somebody want to go back to the same place where all their hurt took place at? Like, I could sit here and tell you guys, I'm emotionally scarred for the rest of my life. Those scars will never go away. Now, I'm going to answer some of you guys' questions in the comments. Something different, something new. Give me 1 second. Because a lot of you guys send questions in the comments and also DM me things. It's fine. I'm not afraid to open up. Basically, I feel like this is something I need to do. I look at my YouTube as a diary to just talk to you guys. All right. I'm reading you guys' comments from my video. From that last video, I'm reading you guys' comments. Thank you all for the love you guys showed me. And I'm just going to start shouting you guys out. I'm going to just read what you guys told me. And, you know, this is going to be like my confidence booster, you know. If you hear your comment in the video, I love you. Someone said, Cole, I'm so glad you did this. Thank you for letting us see other sides of you and sharing this, because we all deal with mental struggles with childhood and even as an adult. And I'm glad you are recognizing and addressing and taking care of yourself. Don't be afraid to change up the content ever. We love you, and I will watch you. And I will watch you watch paint dry. Girl, thank you for loving what I'm talking about. And thank you for seeing my growth. Because years ago, I could never see myself getting in front of this camera. I could see myself talking about the download trade. I could never see myself actually opening up and speak such traumatizing stories. I I used to write them down, but I could never see myself actually vocalizing, actually saying this. But I feel like with every word I say, I don't want to get emotional because I feel like I'm about to cry. It feels like I'm getting close to the healing that I so desperately need. But thank you. I personally couldn't watch paint dry though. I couldn't do that. That's not me. People take advantage when they know you won't fight back. Even mamas, you did right by ending the toxic relationship. And that's what I said in my last video as well. If someone can get their ass beat, that's like me letting my boyfriend beat my ass. But I'll go back to always want to love on him. And he can whoop my ass again. And I'm going to go right back, cut up beside him. So eventually he's going to realize, well, damn, if I whoop his fucking ass, stomp his ass, and he always comes back, he's a fool. I could keep whooping his ass and doing whatever I want to do. And he's going to always come running back to me. So it's like, why would I keep running back to somebody who keep doing me wrong? Because eventually you're going to look at me like, well, damn, he's a fool over me. I can do what I want to this child. And even if you're my mother, you're not going to have, no. I'm not going to give no one that type of power over me. And if I have to cut you off, cut you out of my life for good, to be able to get that peace that I desperately need, as much as it hurts, I'll do that. I will honestly do that. And I stand on that 10 toes down. You guys really gave stories. You guys really gave me life stories. And I just was overwhelmed. Someone said, this made me tear up because I could hear the hurt in your voice, but I commend you for being able to come on top of it all and not allowing it to make you go down the wrong path. Thank you so much, because thank you so much, because honestly, I was traveling down the wrong path. And I don't want to talk about those stories because, I was a menace back in the day. Because I just had so much going on. I really had a lot of childhood trauma. I don't typically like to talk about those videos because those videos are sad. But I always want to be a bright light to you guys. I always want to be seen laughing. I don't want people to see me as, he's just a victim. Coming from this experience, because after this story time, I want to be done with this. Coming from this, I don't want people to be like, okay, you only see one side of the story. And people always be like, it's your side, it's somebody else's side, and it's the truth. This is my truth. This is my truth. Her truth might differ from my truth. This is my truth. I can't sit here and let somebody tell me how my truth went, because this is honestly what happened to me. I'm taking back my power. I'm taking back my control. It feels good. Someone said, I swear, I went through the same shit, but a bit worse. And it's been 5 years since I spoke to anyone in my family. I tell you, the peace and mental stability I obtained, I wouldn't change a thing. My love will always be there, but I refuse to deal with negative energy. Speak it, baby. Speak. You spoke a word. It's been going on probably about the same time for me, 5 years. I still talk to my family. I still talk to my family, but the mother side of my family, specifically those that be around her, I really stay away from, because it's always toxic. It always leads back to negativity. And with me moving on from that, why would I bring that negativity into the later stages of my life? Like, why leave negativity just to go back? For all that, I could have stayed in the same place and kept the same mindset. I'm different now. I've moved on. But that's all for this story time, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed these last 2 videos of me truly opening up. It felt like a real breath of fresh air for me to get in front of this camera and talk to you guys about this, because I needed this. I truly, desperately needed this. This is the end to that sad story. I don't ever want to come back here again, but I feel like I needed to talk about this video because now I have videos on my channel I can look at and be like, years from now, like, if we get in a better place, I could be like, I made that video and I felt as if you seen it, me speaking my truth, and you finally accepted it, and this video can do good for so many people. It can do good for me. It could do good for you and many other kids that's currently experiencing this. So I hope the people that need to get this video really gets it. And I'm sorry I couldn't put it all into one big story time, because that would be like an hour long, and Cole don't like to edit that much. But like I said in the beginning, be sure to like, be sure to comment, be sure to subscribe to this channel, because you're going to love it here. I can't say that enough. You're going to love it here. You guys, I need you to give me some video suggestions, because my mind is a little fried right now. I don't want to keep doing the same thing over and over, giving you guys story times, which is fun and all, but I mean, I'm a jack of all trades. I can do it all. Maybe I should react to some of your story times. Maybe y'all should make me do something and film it. I don't know. Give me some suggestions. Let's switch up the content. But I'll leave you guys on that note.